You know that moment when you want to share your opinion in English, and the only words that come out are, I think this is good. I think that is better. I think maybe we should wait. I think. The phrase is not wrong, but after a while, your English can start to sound smaller than your real thoughts.
That is such a common feeling. You have an opinion, you understand the topic, you may even have a strong idea inside, but because you only have one safe phrase, everything comes out the same.
Exactly. Today we are not deleting I think from your English. It is useful. It is natural. Native speakers use it all the time. But we are going to give you more choices so your opinions can sound clearer, stronger, softer, warmer, or more professional when you need them to.
By the end of this episode, you will have 12 stronger ways to express your opinion, 5 conversation starters, and 1 simple practice challenge. And as we speak, we will build a friendly drawing character called the Opinion Buddy.
The opinion buddy will help you remember that your opinion does not need to be loud to be confident. It just needs the right language.
Welcome back to the English Conversation Podcast. I am Mike.
And I am Sarah. This is your cozy corner of the internet for real English conversations. Not perfect English, natural English, honest English.
Let's begin the drawing. Draw one large round head near the center of the page. Keep the head smooth, simple, and friendly. Paint the face light peach. The head represents the place where an opinion begins.
An opinion begins in your mind, but it needs a careful path to come out clearly. Sometimes learners have good thoughts, but the sentence starts too weak or too repetitive.
Now draw short, soft hair on top of the head. Paint the hair warm brown. Keep the hair neat and rounded. Do not make the hair messy or sharp.
Warm brown hair gives the character a calm, everyday feeling. This is not an aggressive character. This is a thoughtful speaker who is learning to express ideas with confidence.
Next, draw 2 large eyes. Paint the eyes black. Leave 2 tiny bright highlights inside the eyes. The eyes should look alert and kind.
Alert means awake, aware, and ready. When you share an opinion, you want to be aware of both your idea and the other person's feelings.
Now draw 2 soft eyebrows above the eyes. Paint the eyebrows dark brown. Make one eyebrow slightly raised, as if the character is thinking carefully.
That small raised eyebrow is important. It shows reflection. It says, I am not just reacting. I am considering this.
Considering means thinking carefully before you decide. That is a useful word for opinion conversations.
Now draw a small nose in the center of the face. Paint the nose light peach. Keep it simple and soft.
The nose should not distract from the expression. The main feeling should be thoughtful confidence.
Next, draw 2 round ears on both sides of the head. Paint the ears light peach. Make them clear and even.
The ears remind us that opinions are not only about speaking. Strong speakers listen first. They hear the other person, then they respond.
That is why a good opinion phrase often begins softly. You can say, I see your point, but from my perspective, that sounds much better than suddenly saying, no, I think you are wrong.
Now draw the mouth, make a small, relaxed smile. Paint the lips soft rose. Paint the inside of the mouth soft pink. The smile should be calm, not too big.
This smile says, I can share my idea without attacking you. That is the real skill.
Let's talk about the problem. I think is not bad English. The problem is using it for every opinion.
Yes. If you say, I think, once, it sounds normal. If you say it 10 times in one conversation, it can sound repetitive.
Repetitive means the same thing is repeated too often.
And sometimes I think can sound unsure, especially if you add too many soft words. I think maybe perhaps it might be kind of good. That sentence is wearing too many sweaters.
Too many sweaters. Warm but heavy.
Exactly. English learners often do this because they want to sound polite. But sometimes too much softness makes the opinion hard to hear.
So today, we are learning different opinion phrases for different situations.
Now draw a short neck under the head. Paint the neck light peach. Then draw relaxed shoulders. Paint the shoulders light peach where skin is visible.
Keep the shoulders low. Low shoulders show that the character is not tense. A confident opinion does not need tense body language.
Now draw a simple shirt under the shoulders. Paint the shirt sky blue. Sky blue gives a calm and trustworthy feeling.
On the center of the shirt, draw a small compass. Paint the compass circle gold. Paint the compass needle red. This is the opinion compass.
The compass is the symbol of today's lesson. When you express an opinion, your phrase points the listener in the right direction.
Some phrases point to a personal feeling. Some phrases point to careful analysis. Some phrases point to a gentle suggestion.
Let's learn the first phrase. Phrase 1. In my opinion.
In my opinion is clear and direct. It sounds a little more formal than I think.
Example. In my opinion, this plan is simple and realistic.
Repeat, in my opinion.
Use it when you want to make your view clear without sounding rude.
Phrase 2. From my point of view.
This means you are speaking from your own position or experience. Example. From my point of view, the schedule gives us enough time.
It sounds thoughtful because it reminds people that this is your perspective, not the only possible truth.
Now draw the left arm coming down from the shoulder. Paint the arm light peach. Bend the elbow slightly. Draw an open left hand with 5 rounded fingers. Paint the hand light peach.
The open hand means respect. It shows that the opinion buddy is offering an idea, not forcing it.
That is the heart of polite opinion English. You are offering your idea.
Phrase 3. The way I see it.
This is natural and conversational. Example, the way I see it, we should focus on the main problem first.
I love this one because it sounds confident but not too formal.
Phrase 4. I believe.
I believe is stronger than I think. It sounds like the idea matters to you.
Example, I believe everyone should have a chance to explain their side.
Be careful though, because I believe can sound strong. Use it when you really mean it.
Now draw the right arm bent upward. Paint the right arm light peach. Draw the right hand holding a small speech bubble. Paint the hand light peach.
Draw the speech bubble near the upper right side of the character. Paint the speech bubble pale yellow. Inside the bubble, right? The way I see it.
This phrase should be easy to read. It is one of the most useful phrases in today's video.
Now draw the torso fully, keep the sky blue shirt smooth, add short sleeves, Paint the sleeve edges navy blue.
Navy blue gives a slightly professional feeling. It matches opinion phrases you can use in meetings, interviews, and serious conversations.
Phrase 5. I feel like.
This one is more casual and emotional. Example, I feel like this option is less stressful.
It does not always mean a deep emotion. In natural English, I feel like often means my sense is or my feeling is.
But avoid using it for everything. If you need a professional tone, it seems to me that may sound better.
Phrase 6. It seems to me that.
This phrase sounds careful and thoughtful. Example, it seems to me that we need more information before deciding.
It is useful when you do not want to sound too strong, but you still want to share a clear idea.
Now draw the waist and simple pants. Paint the pants dark blue. Keep the legs straight, balanced, and relaxed.
The balanced legs show stability. A stable speaker does not need to apologize for having an opinion.
That is important. Some learners begin every opinion with, sorry, but I think. You do not always need to apologize.
If you interrupted someone, apologize. If you hurt someone, apologize. But if you simply have a different opinion, you can be polite without saying sorry.
Phrase 7. I would say.
This phrase is flexible and natural. Example, I would say the second design looks cleaner.
It sounds a little softer than saying, the second design is better. It gives your opinion without making it feel like a final judgment.
Phrase 8. If you ask me.
This phrase is casual and confident. Example, if you ask me, that restaurant is a little overrated.
Overrated means people think something is better than it really is.
If you ask me can sound friendly, but also a bit strong. Use it carefully, especially at work.
Now, draw the legs clearly. Paint both legs dark blue. Draw simple knees with soft curved lines. Do not add complicated details.
The knees remind us that conversation can bend. You can adjust your opinion when you hear new information.
That is mature English. You can say, actually, that is a good point. I am starting to see it differently.
Now draw the shoes. Paint the shoes soft gray. Make them rounded and steady on the ground.
The shoes represent grounded confidence. Grounded means stable and calm. You are not floating away with nervousness.
Phrase 9. To be honest.
This phrase prepares the listener for a sincere opinion. Example, to be honest, I expected the movie to be better.
It sounds natural because it feels personal, but use it carefully. If you say to be honest before something too direct, it can sound harsh.
Yes. To be honest, your idea is terrible is honest, but not kind.
A better version is, to be honest, I am not sure this idea solves the main problem.
That is honest and respectful.
Now draw a simple floor under the shoes. Paint the floor warm beige. The character should stand clearly and calmly.
On the left side of the character, draw a small table. Paint the table light brown. On the table, draw 3 note cards. Paint 1 card yellow, 1 card green, and 1 card purple.
These note cards represent opinion choices. You do not need one phrase. You need a small set of phrases you can choose from.
Phrase 10. As far as I can tell.
This means based on what I know or based on what I can see. Example, as far as I can tell, the problem started last week.
It is useful when you want to be careful because you may not know everything.
Phrase 11. My impression is that.
Impression means the feeling or idea you get from something. Example, my impression is that she wants more time to think.
This phrase sounds mature and thoughtful. It is great for work, school, and deeper conversations.
Phrase 12. I am leaning toward.
This means you have not fully decided, but you prefer one option now. Example, I am leaning toward the first option because it feels simpler.
I love this phrase because real life is often uncertain. You do not always have a final answer.
Exactly. I am leaning toward gives you a natural way to express a developing opinion.
Now draw a second speech bubble near the bottom center of the image. Paint it pale yellow. Inside the bubble, right, I'm leaning toward.
This phrase is helpful for decisions. It lets you sound thoughtful instead of unsure.
Now draw 3 small stars around the opinion compass. Paint 1 star orange, 1 star teal, and 1 star pink.
The stars represent the three opinion tones: strong, soft, and careful.
Strong phrases include I believe and the way I see it.
Soft phrases include I would say, and I feel like.
Careful phrases include it seems to me that, as far as I can tell, and my impression is that.
Choosing the right phrase is like choosing the right volume. You do not always need to shout. You do not always need to whisper.
You need the right level for the moment.
Let's practice with simple examples.
Basic. I think this lesson is useful.
Stronger. From my point of view, this lesson is useful because it gives learners more choices.
Basic. I think we should wait.
Careful. It seems to me that we should wait until we have more information.
Basic. I think this cafe is good.
Natural. If you ask me, this cafe has the best coffee in the neighborhood.
Basic. I think the first option is better.
Decision phrase. I am leaning toward the first option because it feels simpler.
Do you hear the difference? The idea is almost the same, but the feeling changes.
That is what better phrases do. They do not only change grammar, they change energy.
Now let's add a small sign beside the character. Paint the sign tan. Paint the signpost brown. On the sign, write, choose your tone.
This sign is the lesson. Before you share an opinion, ask yourself, do I want to sound strong, soft, careful, casual, or professional?
If the conversation is with a close friend, you can say, if you ask me, or I feel like.
If the conversation is at work, you might say, from my point of view, or it seems to me that.
If you are not fully sure, say, as far as I can tell, or I am leaning toward.
If the idea matters deeply to you, say, I believe.
Now let's move to 5 conversation starters for giving opinions naturally.
Starter 1. Can I share my honest opinion?
Use this when you want to prepare the listener gently.
Starter 2. The way I see it, there are two sides to this.
Use this when the topic is complicated.
Starter 3. I may be wrong, but it seems to me that.
Use this when you want to sound careful and humble.
Starter 4. Personally, I would say.
Use this when you want to make the opinion clearly personal.
Starter 5. I understand your point. From my perspective,
Use this when you disagree politely.
let's test them in a short conversation.
Sarah, do you think online classes are better than in-person classes?
The way I see it, both have value. Online classes are flexible, but in-person classes can feel more connected.
That sounds balanced. What are you leaning toward?
Personally, I would say in-person classes are better for beginners because they can ask questions more easily.
I understand your point. From my perspective, online classes are useful for people with busy schedules.
That is fair. It seems to me that the best choice depends on the learner's lifestyle.
Beautiful. Different opinions, but no fight.
Exactly. Opinion English is not about winning. It is about expressing your view clearly and respectfully.
Now let's do the word tour. Pick 2 or 3 words and use them this week.
1. Opinion. Opinion means what you think or believe about something. Example: everyone had a different opinion about the plan.
Repeat opinion.
2. Perspective. Perspective means your way of seeing something. Example: from my perspective, the change is helpful.
Repeat perspective.
3. Viewpoint. Viewpoint is similar to perspective. It means a person's opinion or way of looking at something. Example: I understand your viewpoint.
Repeat viewpoint.
4. Impression. Impression means the feeling or idea you get from someone or something. Example: my impression is that the meeting went well.
Repeat impression.
5. Confident. Confident means feeling sure enough to speak or act. Example: she sounded confident but still polite.
Repeat confident.
6. Direct. Direct means clear and honest, without hiding the message. Example: his answer was direct, but not rude.
Repeat direct.
7. Polite. Polite means respectful and socially careful. Example: you can disagree in a polite way.
Repeat.
8. Hesitant. Hesitant means unsure or slow to speak because you feel uncertain. Example: he sounded hesitant because he did not want to offend anyone.
Repeat hesitant.
9. Flexible. Flexible means able to change or adjust. Example: a flexible speaker can choose different phrases for different situations.
Repeat flexible.
10. Leaning toward. Leaning toward means preferring one choice, but not fully decided yet. Example: I am leaning toward the blue design.
Repeat leaning toward.
11. Strongly. Strongly means with a lot of feeling or certainty. Example: I strongly believe this is the right decision.
Repeat strongly.
Oh, personally. Personally means speaking from your own view or experience. Example: personally, I would choose the quieter option.
Repeat personally.
Now look, At the finished drawing, we have the light peach round face, warm brown hair, black thoughtful eyes, dark brown eyebrows, small nose, round ears, soft rose mouth, relaxed neck, low shoulders, open arms, light peach hands, sky blue shirt, navy sleeve edges, gold compass, red compass needle, dark blue pants, soft gray shoes, warm beige floor, light brown table, yellow card, green card, purple card, pale yellow speech bubbles, orange star, teal star, pink star, tan sign, and brown signpost.
Every part has a purpose. The eyes remind you to think carefully. The ears remind you to listen. The open hand reminds you to offer your opinion respectfully. The compass reminds you to choose your tone.
And the speech bubbles remind you that I think is not your only choice.
Your challenge this week is simple. Choose 3 phrases from today and use them in real sentences.
Try the way I see it. It seems to me that, and I am leaning toward.
Write one sentence in the comments using one of these phrases. For example, the way I see it, learning English is easier when the lesson feels human.
We genuinely want to read your answers. Your comments help us understand what you need next.
If this episode helped you, subscribe and share it with a friend who always says, I think.
And remember, your opinion does not need perfect English before it deserves to be heard.
It just needs clear, respectful language.
Take good care of yourself.
And take good care of your English.
This is Sarah.
And this is Mike.
See you next Monday. Same time, same place.
Stay thoughtful, stay confident, and choose your words with care.